Medical school teaches physicians how to operate, but it rarely prepares them for the administrative grind of running a clinic. Instead of focusing purely on patient care, many surgeons find their days dominated by a chaotic, multi-step workflow. Before a single incision is made, your staff has to navigate a minefield of prior authorizations, insurance verifications, and operating room block management. The friction in this process is measurable. Physicians now spend up to 19 hours every week on non-billable administrative tasks. For surgical practices, the operating room is the core revenue engine. When that engine relies on surgeons and stressed staff to manage scheduling logistics, the entire pipeline becomes a bottleneck constrained by paperwork. This compounding bar chart illustrates the direct financial penalty of that bottleneck. When you factor in lost OR time, staff costs, and procedure expenses, a single missed or canceled surgery costs a practice more than $7,100. It is easy to assume these cancellations are medical, but this pie chart, analyzing over 20,000 elective cases, shows that 14% of surgeries are canceled outright. Looking closer at that isolated slice reveals the root cause. Over 83% of those cancellations are due to structural or administrative errors, like missing authorizations or wrong-side bookings. This failure rate traces back to the staffing environment. Front office scheduling desks are under-resourced, forcing overextended staff to juggle complex electronic health records and surgeon preference cards simultaneously. When the pressure leads to turnover, the financial blow compounds. Replacing a single scheduling specialist costs a practice between $45,000 and $80,000 in recruiting and lost productivity. Relying on an expensive, high-turnover local hiring cycle to manage a highly technical, multi-step workflow is a mathematically unsustainable business strategy. Smart practices are abandoning the traditional hiring treadmill. Instead of patching holes with temporary staff, they are making a strategic pivot to dedicated outsourcing. The solution involves deploying specialized, HIPAA-compliant virtual medical assistants. Staffingly assigns offshore specialists who are specifically trained to manage the entire surgery scheduling pipeline. These specialists eliminate transcription errors by connecting directly into the practice's existing electronic health record database. The model uses a 3-tier management structure, including team leaders and process managers, to guarantee backup coverage, ensuring zero operational gaps when a primary coordinator is absent. By structurally removing the burden from local staff, this model transforms surgery scheduling from an unpredictable human resource liability into a stable operational utility. Even with a dedicated team, manual scheduling leaves room for human error during sudden volume spikes or highly complex clinical cases. An AI augmentation layer acts as secondary quality control. Instead of processing chronologically, the AI automatically ranks incoming scheduling data by urgency and clinical complexity. A digital filter then identifies recurring administrative errors, creating preventative rules that block similar mistakes from reaching the operating room. The system uses historical data to predict future scheduling volume, allowing the practice to assign the correct number of specialists before a spike hits. Integrating expert offshore staff with AI oversight creates a preoperative workflow that catches its own errors and scales without adding local management overhead. Compared to the error-prone manual desks we saw earlier, this streamlined reality consistently achieves a 99% scheduling accuracy rate. This graph compares 12-month cost trajectories. A fully loaded in-house hire costs approximately $60,800 annually. The low, flat line shows a dedicated virtual assistant costs $21,600 per year, yielding an immediate 64% cost reduction. This model permanently removes the looming threat of the $45,000 to $80,000 staff turnover penalty. Stabilizing the scheduling pipeline protects the practice's total operating margin from the high costs of cancellations and local labor volatility. Implementing this system is rapid. Practices can establish secure, audited connections to their EHR within a 48 to 72-hour window. This diagram shows the parallel launch protocol. The virtual team works alongside existing staff for a 14-day overlap period to ensure total process confidence and eliminate transition errors. Practice leaders can test this model on their own scheduling pipelines by initiating a 30-day risk-free pilot today. Surgical practices no longer have to accept administrative exhaustion. You can secure your revenue and focus on patient care by modernizing your scheduling operations today.